Alright, it's been a while. A couple of you guys have been asking what's going on with the Ford truck here, so let me give you a little bit of an update. You know, it's been hot, extremely hot, 95 degrees, and if it wasn't 95 or 98, it was raining, so the past month we really haven't done anything to this. We have been digging around with stuff inside the house for it, and we're ready to put some things together. The last thing I wanted to do was, last time I seen you guys was paint the door jambs, and get the outside ready to paint. But like I say, the weather turned hot. But now it's close to the end of September, and we're getting some pretty decent weather. It's pretty cool out. But just a few things that we had to do. Right, I brought the tunnel back here. The tunnel's all welded up and painted, and all these little speed nut screws I welded in, so the tunnel's ready to go on. But I don't know if you see down there, there's a little hole. That's where the speedometer cable goes, and the speedometer cable was a little compromised, so I could have fixed it, but instead of fixing it, I just bought another one. And it wasn't that expensive. It was only like 20 bucks, so it wasn't even worth messing with. But let's go around the other side and I'll show you what else I've been doing. Oh, watch your step. Alright. Yeah, ordered a piece of rubber. That's a big flat piece of rubber, same size as this. And it goes down here in your clutch. My finger got stuck. Your clutch cable, not cable, but rod, your clutch rod comes up there and goes down to the clutch. So I replaced that, and the top half was good. It's actually two pieces, and they're screwed together here, so you can put them on, from one without taking the steering column out. But the bottom half here was it was actually gone. It was all rusted out and everything. So I followed the pattern from the piece of rubber and fabricated this, made that new. So that's better than new. So I put that in, and like I say, had to take this console, or not, this front panel off here to get the speedometer cable out. So I'm going to put this back in and try and put the tunnel on. The tunnel sounds like an easy job, but I'm going to have to remat a lot of them holes and drill new ones, because stuff just doesn't fit the way it's supposed to when it's something this old. So then I could put the steering wheel back on, and I could probably put the radio on if I felt like it, but maybe we'll do that a while later on. So alright, but at least we're getting stuff done. We're making progress, even though we're not making videos of it. Nobody wants to see me struggling, see a fat old man on his back trying to get cables out and stuff like that, right? So I film when I can for you guys. So let's go inside and I'll show you what else we've been doing. Alright, here's what we've been doing. This kind of stuff you could do inside here in the air conditioner, no matter what's going on outside. Here's the clutch rod, and it's straight. It was in good shape, but the ends here that was where it's connected to the other part had big gouges taken out from years and years of using the clutch. So I had to put some weld in there and grind it down and make that new. Had to do that on both sides. Where you at, over here? Yeah. And then while I was at it, it's funny, they use this. It's a bushing. It's a plastic bushing, that goes on there. And of course it's going to wear out in no time. It's plastic, and they sell replacement ones, but they're plastic too. So, I figure, what the heck. I don't know, they probably lasted 60 years or so, so I figured maybe this will outlast me. Then I got some washers for the outside here, and instead of cotter pins and stuff, I got these clips, clevis clips, or whatever you call them. I don't know what you call them, but that's what we got. Some people call them hairpin clips, I think. But anyway, we got that all done. And here's the old speedometer cable, and that's what was wrong with it. See that? The cable was good and everything, and the outside cable was good, but where it was put on here, it's just a crimp fitting. It's just crimped on there, and then the plastic was heat shrinked over it. And I could have fixed that, no problem. But then, for $20, I got this. You know, the replacement cables are 20 inches longer. This one's 65 inches. This one's 85 inches, so I'll have to find a way to wrap that around and compensate for the 20 inches, but that's what you gotta do, you know? It's funny. Speedometer cable here. It's assembled in Taiwan, but the casing's made in Japan. So, should be a good cable. You can tell, I bet you it's the original cable, and there is a difference in thickness. You know, you got and a difference in the weight. You know, this thing is twice as heavy, but that's just the way they made stuff back then. Here's the end here. So that'll save us just a lot of trouble, and you know it's gonna work right. So, all right, let me go put that in there, and maybe we'll show you when we're done. Alright, I'm going to try and put the speedometer cable in, and the hole going through the dash is about that size. Looks like maybe an inch, and the cable is right here, is about 1/4 of an inch. But anyway, I found these grommets, and this will fit in the dashboard nice, and I don't know if I'll be able to get this over here. I'm going to heat it up with some hot water and then see if I can stretch it over that. If not, then I'll just put a slit in it, and that won't be the end of the world. And then to fill that hole in, maybe I'll just use a little dope or something, you know, putty, silicone, something to keep the fumes out. But that's probably what we'll do. Let me see if I can get that on there without cutting it. Alright, yeah, we got lucky. I didn't think that hot water was going to do anything but burn my fingers. But it did. It softened this up enough for me to slip it over there, so we didn't have to cut this grommet. And you see how loose it is. Yeah, you see the hole it's got to fill. So the rest of it, I think I'll just fill in with this this stripping caulk. Call this dum-dum in the body business. You put it between fenders and stuff to keep them from squeaking and rattling, and actually water seals them. But it's good stuff. So I'll just fill around the open hole with that and call it good. Alright, let's put our cable on. Alright, yeah, here we are about 3 hours later, and all I did was put the speedometer cable in. This is the old one. But I put the cable in, and remember I said it was the new one's 20 inches longer? Well, I had to try and reroute that a different way to make it so it wouldn't kink and wouldn't bend and wouldn't get in the way of everything. So I did. Instead of going over the top of the engine like they did originally, I went under the engine and through the cross frame, and I had to stay away from the exhaust pipe. But to stay away from the exhaust pipe, I had to try and make this bracket. I still didn't put it in. I found a bolt in the side of the transmission I could use that wasn't being used for anything. So I had to bend this, and this is 1/8 inch steel. And luckily, you know, you can bend this, you know, with a hammer and a vise pretty good. You don't have to heat it up. So what I did is I made it so it could clamp on this cable, and then tighten up on it. Do your wrench, Road King. There you go. Clamp down on it, but you don't want to crush the cable, so you tighten as much as you can. But then, so it don't loosen up, this piece is threaded, and I just put a lock nut on it, and that'll hold things in place. And that should do it. Now I just got to cut this off and shorten that bolt a little bit, and it looked good. I don't even think I'm going to paint it. I'm just going to put this in there. It has a little mill scale on there. I'll keep it from rusting. If it rusts, big deal, right? Alright, we'll seize over the truck. Alright, yeah, I got that speedometer cable all hooked up. I like this better here than, you know, just letting it flop around. Or some guys would say just put some zip ties on it and everything, but it goes down, doesn't touch the engine or the muffler. See the muffler's right there. Exhaust pipe, I should say. So that kept it. It was laying right up against that. So right now it's, you know, I don't think it's going anywhere. So all right, And we also put the clutch pedal bar in there. Let's go around and see that. All right, we got the clutch rod in down there. You can see it. Going through the little piece of rubber, a little slit. Let's go around the front here. You know, while I was putting that in, that's where the other end attaches to right there. But that bar it attaches to right here, they call that a Z-bar, I think. And there's a bushing in here and a bushing on the other side. And that thing looks like it's shot. That holds that thing down. So everything is all twisted. So I'm gonna have to get one of them. Actually, two of them. There's one here and one on the inside. You know, you wonder, say, how come you didn't see that before? You know, I mean, there's just so much stuff hitting you in the face here. You know, if you're not looking for it specifically, you're not gonna see it. So, all right, let me go see if I can find some of them. All right, yeah, I'm ready to put this tunnel on, and I put a little patch here. There was a patch there, and it was pretty thin. You know, it was real thin. I don't know whether it was like 26 gauge or something, but I put a decent patch in there, and I'm gonna stick it on there, put in brand new bolts and washers, and then use some anti-seize on there for the next guy. That way you don't have any trouble getting it out. And I'm gonna seal it with this dum-dum stuff, and I think that's pretty much what was in there to begin with. I'm gonna put the tunnel on, and then go around and shove the dum-dum all the way underneath there, and then we'll crank down on it. So should be good. And then maybe we'll put the gas pedal in, right? Because that's these two bolt holes actually to hold the gas pedal. So let's get to work. All right. Yeah, I just spent the last couple hours fitting this and wiring out some of the holes that didn't match up perfectly, but I got it all bolted down and I'm happy with it. And back here it's got a real nice tight fit, and down here decent, and up here. But then right here it's wide. We got maybe about a 3/8 gap back here. Up here it's nice and tight, and around the rest of it's nice, you know. But I knew it wasn't going to be easy, and it was going to be a pain in the balls. That's why it took me so long to do it, you know. I mean, I kept putting this off, and comes a time when you got to do it, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take each one of these bolts out. I'm going to do one side at a time. I'm just going to release the bolts a little bit, just enough so I can pry it up and stick some of this dum-dum in. And for that, the one gap up here it's a little wide, I found some of this. It's funny. This is window ribbon sealer, and it's the same stuff as that dum-dum, only thicker. And this has been on the shelf probably, I can't remember last time I put a windshield in. Maybe 20-30 years, but still good. It's 5/16 and it's sticky, and it's in real good shape. So we'll use that for the thick part and call that good. Alright, what do you say? Let's do it. We'll take these bolts out, put some never seize on them, and put the dum-dum in, and this floor will be done. Yeah, we got that tunnel in. I'm glad to get that out of my hair. And I went around and cranked it up with the ratchet there. You know, I'm not crazy about them zip guns and screw guns and stuff, because you know they never get anything really too tight. So, all right, we got a brand new gas pedal here. I don't know if you can see that, made in Thailand. Is that good or bad? I don't know. Seems to be pretty well made. So it's got a big stiff piece of metal in the back here. So it goes in these two holes here, thusly, and up against the pedal. So I'm going to put that in and see how it looks. Alright, yeah, I don't know how long this one's getting to be, but we're going to call it good. And this cab came a long way, I'll tell you. Solid as can be now. But replaced a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff in here. Alright, I'll see if I can find a link for this, we call it strip caulk, black strip caulk, and a ribbon sealer. So I'm sure a couple of you guys might ask about that, so we'll see if we can find your link, and we'll put that in the description. What do you guys say? Enough of this? Alright, close it up.